friends. Welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Alignment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to helping you get better at Bannerlord through the use of field command and advanced tactics. And we are in the recovery stage here. For those not following, we were defeated in a series of huge battles in our last episode, and we are recovering. As you can see here, we don't have our normal mix of companions. We've got like 12 or 13, and we only have 4 Battanian Fiend champions. I've been kind of scrounging parts and pieces. We went to a castle and got some troops, but most of our troops, of course, are low level, and we are trying to recover here because numerous different castles are under siege. We can do some upgrades here, but this is sort of a continuation of this sort of war of attrition. Just back-to-back battles wore us out. We took some troops here from Othelame Castle. They don't have a lot of high-level troops. I've got these 2 other castles under siege here. I'm probably going to go to Epicrotia. We need some more horses for our army, but this is the recovery stage. We don't have to do this very often, of course. I might go to Cranirog as well. There's some good bandit troops there. There's only 150 at Epicrotia, so that's not so good, but we need food, we need horses, and it looks like the population there is starting to starve. So Epicrotia first, and, well, we're going to have to go to where we're needed the most. Let's see, Macedon and Epicrotia are both under siege as well. So okay, so that's 4 locations now under siege. The enemy's not letting us catch our breath here. Sorok, or however you pronounce this guy here. There's a huge Khazate force here. And Macedon, the garrison is starving there. So that's going to be a greater priority. I don't know what's attacking at Macedon. But I can't fight 1,800, I think, with 400. So I've called all the party members I can to us, but look at this. I don't have anybody. We're down to the felt here, down to the scratch. I've got this guy with this 25-man army. It's looking pretty dire here, but we're gonna try to recover here. Of course, we got heroes rejoining us because of all the ransoms, and so our army is greatly diminished in strength from where it normally is. Yeah, the garrison at Macedon is completely starved out. If you don't know, once the castle runs out of food, your troops become wounded. Effectively, they become too wounded to help. So at least we've healed up a little bit here, but I think we might have 15 Battanian Fiend champs total between our 2 different armies here. This is very suboptimal. For the first time in a long time, our daily gold change is going up, and we're gaining medicine skills, so I guess that's good. We're going to run with normal player damage here, even though this is a difficult battle. 515 against 1156. Under normal circumstances, we should be able to mop this up, but this is going to be difficult, and I'm hoping we get some troop upgrades out of this as well. We really need better troops than the scrubby troops we have right now. This map is ideal suited, though, for it. We're going to be able to do a decline slope defense here, a peekaboo ridge defense. Even though we have weakened archers, I think we can still pull this off. So I'm going to use the cav wings as both defensive squares and just to limit how much enemy cav gets in here. And we'll see how this goes. Got a lot of low-level troops. We've got a good amount of infantry in the 1st and 6th. But not many in the 8th right now, right? Because I don't have that many companions back in the army. Normally we have 30 or 40. I think right now we have about 12, maybe 10. And of course, it's a huge amount of heavy horse. Fuck. This is going to be a slugfest. Now, we could retreat if we have to. They're sieging the castle, so if we start to lose, we can back off, but I really can't afford to back off here. The campaign is at a very tenuous stage. We're being attacked everywhere. The army, of course, is very small because we're trying to recover after that disastrous loss. I realize that might be a spoiler for someone following it, but I have done most of these videos chronologically. I got to protect my archers primarily here. We're probably going to form squares with the 1st. I can attack with the 6th. And I do have a handful of members in the 8th to charge these guys if they come over this ridge. I don't have enough cav, though. I'm really going to be pressed to attack their archers here. Fortunately, they're magnetizing to the square. That's working beautifully. We're just raking them with broadfires.
this cav division is being overwhelmed, and I don't have elite cav, right? A lot of our elite cav got captured in that devastating loss. But we're trying to recover, right? This is the process. Any of you that have played Bannerlord for a while, you know about this process. It's extra difficult in our campaign because ordinarily you have a little bit of time to catch up. They're right on us here. The sixth corps. I'm peeling the 6th Corps back here. I'm going to drag a cav division through. They got archers up on the ridge already. We're going to have to deal with these guys first. But ordinarily you have some time to sort of recover an army, and you have some locations you can go to, but right away we're being sieged and attacked, like the very next day after that battle. And of course some of the forces that are attacking were some of the forces that won that battle, right? In fact, these Valandian forces might have been part of that battle, the battle we lost. The good news is that there's a possibility they're holding prisoners. So if we win this battle, we may get a nice slew of prisoners that we release from that battle. We might release some nobles, and we might get some troops, right, that they try to take prisoner. But we'll see. We got to win this battle first. So far, so good, though. It's a massacre. The screen is heavily green. But this is probably our only reinforcement wave. We have like 400 and something troops. I've got to get their archers occupied. They've got a big, long line of crossbow and archers here. Fucking sharpshooters, high-level crossbow. But we're holding the ridge. This strategy has worked for us before. We can pull this infantry back here. This is the 6th Corps. I've got guys in a square. They're going to bring those guys right up to the edge of this ridge. I've got cav here just sort of occupying these crossbowmen, but they're getting shot off their mounts. That's better than our archers being shot, though. Our archers obviously are a lot more delicate than armored horse. All right, now I've got a cav division following me. We're just going to try to interrupt as much of these archers as we can as they come over this ridge. Fucking kill this enemy lord. Die. Got a javelin for you, Mina. Getting fucking stuck in here. There's too many troops in a tight space. Got 310 crossbow and archers they've got up there, so this is going to be a bitch. This is where we suffer losses. Look how many there are here, just waiting in here. And I got to watch my health, right? Because if I'm seriously injured in this battle, it's going to be very hard for me to turn around to the next defense, whatever that might be. I think Epicrotia might be the next target to defend. We shall see. I've got at least one other castle. I think 2 other castles being attacked. Just basically circling here because the rest of the cav has been destroyed. And at this stage, I don't even know if we can win this battle. There's so many fucking archers here, and they're shooting down at our archers. So I'm the cav division. We're charging with the 9th cav division, right? There is no 9th. I'm the 9th. In we go. But we did get reinforcements right on the hill over there. Okay, so we'll position those guys a little offset from where the enemy is. They're wading in with infantry. Fortunately, these are lower level infantry. The enemy's down to lower tier. And of course, they only had 1,200 to start with, right? So there's only going to be so many enemy in this battle. This is a small battle for our campaign. It's not a lot of battles in our campaign where it's 500 against, or 450 or whatever, against 1,100. That's pretty odd. I've got a little bit of cav here to put right in front of the enemy. I do that a lot to distract them, right? They'll be shooting at your cav instead of your archers. I already mentioned that, but that's a vital point. What do we got here? I've got a handful of guys left in the 8th, but it really is just archer corps and a handful of odds and ends here. We're probably down to our last troops already. They're overrunning our infantry over here, even though we have high-level infantry. There's just so many enemy. Yeah, they're just eating these guys alive. The good thing is that we're going to get a massive amount of upgrades if we win this battle. A lot of times in our battles, right, we intentionally level troops. In this battle, we're not going to have to intentionally level anybody. We're fighting for our lives here. This is like the kind of battle I would have, you know, in the early part of this campaign, where you're just sort of just filling out an army. We got kind of set back like 50 years by that loss. Fuck. They still got banner knights. Motherfuckers are spearing me. The archers are lighting them up though. We're starting the power bar up at top there finally changed over to favor us. These are low-level archers, but we now have more archers I think on the field than them. So I'm going to do some work here on their guys coming up against our archers. and hopefully finish this battle off without too many losses. Right? We can't lose like 50 or 100 of these guys who are going to level up. Otherwise, you know, dead troops don't level up. There's a fucking enemy lord here. I got something for you. Catch. I think this is it, though. Yeah, this is it. The enemies, we're victorious here. It's kind of strange. Usually they rout, but of course our army's so weak they're not routing. They're like fighting down to the last guy. These guys are over here like in a daze. I'm not sure what's going on here. Got some more javelin practice for you guys. He goes, yeah, he's charging. Yeah, oh, he gets the javelin in the throat. Okay. So we've got this army almost of peasants now. Our ferocious army, one of the best armies we've ever had, was captured. We lost. Yeah, we lose on this channel, folks. If you're not following the campaign, if you're not familiar with that, we do show, you know, losses just like wins. This is not a fairy tale. We're fighting the whole map here, and sometimes losses are part of the game, right? But we're trying to recover here, right? We're undaunted here by a loss. It's not the first time we've lost, of course, and it won't be the last. But we're going to get up, dust ourselves off each time, and come back, and hopefully continue the fight here. My javelin skill needs some work. Looks like there's one or two guys there we can focus on, get our javelin skills dialed in, because surely there are more battles to go in this war of attrition. Our guys are getting levels there, firing arrows. Get some practice, boys. We're going to need you guys to be upgraded. Right, a lot of these guys are Battanian Fiend Champ lines. We need Fiend Champs, not Battanian Highborn Warriors. We're not going to win with a bunch of scrubs. So, successful battle here. We're going to get some significant upgrades. And then it's on to the next fight, right? Like, it's non-stop in our campaign. We barely have time to catch our breath. So... stay tuned. There'll be more, fellas. Please subscribe. You know, hit that like button, all that stuff. It just takes a minute, and we'll keep you updated on future battles to come. 189. How many upgrades do we get here? Look at all these peasants running around. 200, 308. No, that's them. 261 upgrades. That's amazing. That's so important for us right now. Of course, normally our army's full of Tier 4, Tier 5, and Tier 6, but when you get defeated, when you have to sort of start from scratch, right, one part of the process is upgrading. So look at this, 42 heroes, 59 warriors, 17 crossbowmen, just a huge amount of upgrades here, and that's going to help us enormously in the battles to come here. A lot of times I don't show this process here, but I wanted to look at this. This is beautiful. This is amazing. Perfect timing. We badly need these troops. Look at all our companions are injured. We're going to take all these troops here. I'm going to start with the top tier. Actually, we're going to take all these troops, but I just want to see what's here. So these are actually our former troops. This was one of the armies that helped defeat us in that critical loss. We're going to take all these troops, and what we're going to do is we're going to dump a lot of these guys into this garrison. I'm going to keep some of the higher level troops for myself, of course. We've got a ton of upgrades. And just like that, our army just got enormously stronger, right? Because not only did we rescue all these prisoners, a bunch of high-end troops, 31 Battanian Fiend Champs, but massive amounts of upgrades from that victory, right? When you have a victory where a bunch of low-level troops kick ass, you get a huge amount of upgrades. So up to 34 Fiend Champs, right? Plus some injured. It's starting to actually resemble a normal army for us. It's actually a really quick recovery. I mean, just hit one castle. Obviously, we don't have the full force yet. I've got a couple enemy lords coming. We'll have to see what the status is on Epicrotia, but there's a lot of injured guys. As you know, what was happening is the garrison was starving here. Fortunately, though, you know, once the siege is broken, these guys will start. It'll take a little while, but the food stocks will start to recover. You can't manually feed a castle the same way you can feed a city, right? In a city, if the garrison's starving, you just dump a bunch of food on them, and within a day or two, you know, the peasants bread and circus. The peasants are all happy. You win re-election, and everybody lives happily ever after. With a castle, you just have to wait. You have to wait until those villages restore, and then the castle will start to recover pretty quickly. So I might even carry extra troops and just allow some deserters here, but we're definitely going to dump off a lot of our injured troops here. I've got a lot of injured guys. Of course, they're not going to heal on this castle because it was under siege, and so the food stocks are not there. So these guys are, it's kind of cruel if you think about it. I'm dumping all these peasants, these low-level troops and injured troops. I'm sending them to a castle where they're like eating rats the day before, right? You know, if we're role-playing here, this is kind of cruel, but I have no choice. I can't command all these guys. There'll be mass waves of desertion if I leave all these guys, or if I leave them all in the army. You know, 420 is my maximum. That used to be a lot higher when we had more cities. I think there's a perk where if you have more cities, you get a larger army, but we're down to 420. So I'm going to try this. I could donate a handful of guys to this guy here with his afro. He's kind of a mediocre hero. I think he's relatively new to our kingdom here. But we're going to force feed this guy some troops just because he frankly, he needs them, right? He's got 20 guys in his army. He's kind of a pathetic, not the guy itself. I mean, I guess well, maybe he's pathetic. Who knows? 56 troops, though. You almost never see that. So he's like a pathetically weak commander of troops. Typically, you know, I want to see guys with 150 or 200 to call to our army. But beggars can't be choosers in this instance here, right? We're desperate. We will take every single lord that wants to help us in this battle, even if he's kind of pathetic with his 56 troops here. So I normally break these episodes up, but I'm just gonna. We'll have to see. If it's gonna be a huge battle there, I might break these two battles up, but I will make our way down to Epicrotia here. The other castle up there, Cranarog, has a pretty decent defense force, and they're not starving. Epicrotia is going to starve to death if I don't get down here. Yeah, see, I'm getting deserters here. If I don't help defend Epicrotia here, this guy's coming soon, Joran or whatever. Epicrotia is going to starve, and then presumably, then the Khazaits here will start attacking the city, which would be very bad because they'll be just mowing through militia. Now, we have a huge militia force here at our capital, and that's because we do food overloads frequently at this castle. You can see they're not actually attacking the keep, they're just surrounding it. They're in the siege, right? They invested in the siege state. We're making huge amounts of money because we have no troops, right? We have such a small army that the income we're getting far exceeds the amount of money we're paying for troops, right? We have a lot of caravan income and stuff like that too, but obviously this city here with such a tiny garrison is just producing huge tons of gold. Yeah, there's a huge force here, 2,800. I can't. I don't feel like I can confidently attack that with 600. It's going to be 900 here once this guy joins. Oh, whoop. We got Northern Empire here. Okay. I can't let them get by here. I got to attack this force. Even though we're beat up here, we're banged up. You know, I could really use more upgrades too. I've got a lot of those troops, the Highborn Warriors, that upgraded a little bit. If we can defeat this force, you know, we're going to get a bunch of upgrades. This is almost like a benefit for us to fight an army like this, because even though the power bar says there's a 50-50 chance of winning here, if this is the map that I think it's going to be, and it's either going to be the bridge map or the valley map, we're going to destroy this force. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's a bridge battle. That's a weird location for a bridge battle, though. So the enemy's going to be able to... I don't know where the enemy is. Yeah, there they are. They're way over there. I don't think I can make it up to that other bridge to close, so we're going to try to use this bridge here. I don't know. They might go around. This is a really strange location on this map to fight, but we're going to give this a shot. Nevertheless, I'm pretty sure we can devastate this army here and gain a huge bunch more upgrades, right? We've got Britannian Fianchamps. Out of my way here. The Jarls coming through, please. Pardon me, pardon me. Spread these guys out a little bit. We'll be on hold fire here until the enemy gets a little closer. And we'll see what they're going to do here. If they're going to come around this far side, I might have to adjust my tactics a little bit. I don't know what bridge they're going to approach us at. But you can think about these upgrades, right? If we just upgraded 200 guys from like a tier 2 archer, the highborn warrior, or I guess that's a tier 3. Right now those guys are, what is it, Battanian heroes, right? Is the next, and then the next one is Battanian fans, right? So if we can upgrade, 100 guys from that were previously heroes and upgrade them now to, which way are they coming here? I can't really tell. It's confusing. I got horse archers here. We're gonna have a really nice position on this ridge to shoot down on these guys. These guys across the way there, what I can do here is we can do a little bit of distractionary squares. We can set up some units on this side and protect our large amounts of lower level archers on the other side there. Kind of a standard bridge battle, right? I'm going to protect him with the third cav here and a shield wall. And then I may get the, we'll see. I might get the infantry to the archers to the other side here as well. But the point is, though, is that you can literally upgrade guys from in battles like this where they're getting a ton of kills. Get out of here. Oh, shit, he killed one of my fucking heroes. I killed him, but he killed one of our companions. Yeah, our archers here could literally level like 2 or 3 spots in like a couple days because they're getting so much combat experience. This would be like the guys who landed at D-Day, you know, on the beaches of Normandy. They went from being like privates with no experience, and in like 2 weeks of like vicious battle against the Germans, you know, both the landing and then battles inland, all of a sudden these guys are like promoted and shit, right? They're all hardened fucking warriors. I've seen a ton of combat and difficult, you know, losing friends to combat, right? These guys immediately get hardened. That's kind of what's happening here. All right, we've got a nice defensive position here. It's interesting, the enemies, they're not coming at us. So we're gonna have to take the offense here, I think. Yeah, I see you coming for me, trying to spear me, motherfuckers. All you fucks want to collect the Jarl, the bounty on the Jarl. Well, ain't gonna happen. All right, we can do some flanking on this. So this is where the war axiom, I like to use it. Static troops or dead troops. They're kind of anchored to that rock, but they're way too compacted there, and we're going to be able to spread and flank this force and completely annihilate it. They're not playing the bridge game, right? They're not coming across, which is smart. They're probably doing that because the AI is calculating they have no chance to cross the bridge here with all those troops, right? They would get skewered. We've defended against triple the force size here, right? So they can't defeat us with that little tiny group there. We're going to have to take the offense here. We're kind of skirmishing here with their cav. I'm not just going to charge across. We're also going to run some. We're also going to run some screens here too, right? Because they have archers set up. We're going to take a lot of damage if we just come across without a plan here. All right, these guys are sparring pretty well here, these cav. It's time to get archers across here. Let's get archers and infantry across. We're going to be able to blow through their horse archers. And they have like, it's like 3 or 4 heavy horse here and all horse archers. So we're bringing our infantry and heavy cav forward, and we're going to be able to shove a path right through here. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up, of course, a wave of archers and infantry in the front of the enemy to pin them down, and then we're going to turn the enemy's flank. Now, with so many archers, we're going to have to do a bit of an archer turning of the flank here, right? We're going to get enfilade fire. We're going to get a division holding them down. I don't have a lot of infantry. I've got, let's see, I've got 100, maybe 110 total. So I'm going to have to use this crossbow division, the 4th, as an offensive infantry corps at some point. But for now, we're going to position crossbow to the side, archers to the center, and then harass them, of course, with cav. I'm going to get some javelin kills here just to soften them a bit. And of course, we're going to use, our 8th Corps here to weaken them as well. All right, so we're going to get shield walls here. Let's get the 1st Infantry set up in a shield wall over there. On this side, we'll start setting up the 6th with the 4th Archers behind it. That's crossbowmen. So that's, you can think of it as skirmishers with archer units behind them. And once they run out of ammunition, you can see the enemy's not reacting at all to our positioning here, which is a bad decision, right? We're gonna be able to do major damage to them here. We've got a line of cav and infantry now in front of the enemy. That's going to block a lot of their arrow attempts here. So they're starting to spread out now, but it's too late. Like, I'm going to drag Cav through here. We're going to be able to rough these guys up as they're spreading out. Let's send this first infantry in here. We want to pin the enemy down, right? You can't flank the enemy if they're moving fast. All right. So come in here and do a little bit of distracting. I just kind of want to disrupt their attack. I'll probably actually pull back with the first. If the enemy comes in at us, I want to wait until our units are set up here so we can get this enfilade attack going, right? I don't want these guys getting mauled by their huge infantry division. So it's a little bit of kiting, but I really want enfilade fire. I'm now positioning archers behind the enemy here, right? We're going to completely turn them around. They're in this death ball, and that's precisely what's going to happen. They're going to die in a big ball. You can see now we completely wrap around the enemy. Even though they outnumber us, this is about to be a massacre. We're going to spread these guys. We're going to widen our lines here even further. And now it's time to send in the infantry. I see some of their archers are trying to reposition. This is a perfect time just to fucking throttle them. Let's get full charges on both flanks. We can get our cav in here as well. And we're just going to be able to absolutely eviscerate this force here. Look at, they're fleeing right into the fucking path of our archers and our cav. I mean, this is a disaster for the enemy. You can just see the arrows eviscerating everything in sight. There's actually, I think these guys are fleeing, and they're fleeing right at our archers. We'll pull these guys back a little bit, and then just fucking wrap them up here with our cav and infantry. Oh, these guys are attacking. I thought they were repositioning. Wow, they're mauled by our 6th and 1st Corps. All right, time to reposition archers. Let's cut these guys off before they can even get spread out here. Let's cut them off right at the bridge. Let's just fly in here. They're probably going to rout soon. I mean, this enemy has been absolutely, they've bit off way more than they can chew. At this stage, their troops realize their commander's a dipshit and has no chance of directing a victory here. We're spreading out our archer corps. Their archers are pulling back, but they might as well pull back to the exits because this battle's over. We'll spread these guys out in a big, long, vicious line right where the enemy's going. Just in case they get a little bit of courage here at the end and turn back to face us, we're going to be perfectly positioned for it, right? More enfilade fire, infantry's in lines and shield wall, cav rampaging through. Yeah, if these guys turn, it's going to be fucking vicious. Their archers are out of here. These guys are like, fuck this. Oh, they just changed their mind. They're like, give them hell. I heard their commander yell. Well, you guys can go to hell after you're fucking annihilated here. Our archers are going to destroy these guys. And this is the leveling I was talking about, right? Look at, I have like 260, no, that's with the infantry. I have like 190 archers here. You can see the death spam up there, archer, archer, archer. Those are all guys that are leveling. Right, this is going to be good. Now, of course, not every single kill you get a level. The point is, though, is that we're going to get another, I don't know. It's hard to know how many upgrades we're going to get out of this, but we're going to get more upgrades, which will help us with the defense of Epicrotia here. This is basically going to be back-to-back-to-back-to-back battles. Can't really tell where they're running to. I can't tell if they're routing, but we'll send our cav in on their flanks here. I don't want to suffer a bunch of losses here at the end of this battle. Their cav is charging, it looks like. Now they're charging right into shield walls, right? So they're not going to do much. I can't tell if they're routing or charging. It looks the same. They're holding their shields up, so they're sort of fighting. But these guys are, this is routing. They're just fucking fleeing. It's a massacre. Might as well join the fun. You, if you didn't know that, by the way, even when your skills are maxed, like I'm 330 polearm, 330 riding, 330 two-handed, you're still gaining EXP for every time you kill guys. So there is a reason to do this little after spam after the battle, right? Just kill some guys. I'm not gaining a lot of XP, but I had a character that was level 60, and a lot of people wondered why. Well, it was probably 1,000 battles or maybe more, and lots of this at the end of battle, right? Where we're just chopping guys in half. and we're gaining EXP, right? Now, it's possible if they're routing, you don't gain EXP. But certainly anybody that's still fighting, in fact, it seems like they just had troops come in. You know, you want to cut all these guys down, right? Gain some XP. Get some more focus points for your character, right? Yeah, these guys are fucking charging. Wow. I would not expect the enemy to continue to fight in this battle. All right, we'll spread archer lines out and get infantry in the front. They look like low level. I mean, at this stage, they should be down to recruits. Yeah, and they are. These are recruits. So we'll gain some more EXP here. They can help me get to, you know, level 53. I think I'm 52 right now. That's fine. We'll take some more EXP here. And again, most of our troops are... There's no damage to this, right? I haven't seen a death in a while. We're just gaining EXP. Our companions, of course, are gaining skills too. Archers are spreading out now. These guys are going to be able to get some shots off. And I think they're finally routing. Yeah. And again, this battle, it wasn't a spoiler to tell you that... What the fuck? They keep they like changing their mind. They want to fight and then they don't. They want to fight and then they don't. Well, we'll encourage them here with a few last kills. No one wants to be the last person to die in a war, except I guess these guys. But this is going to be great for us, right? We're going to be able to gain some levels here. Companions gain some more skills. We're upgrading a bunch of troops from these battles, and we didn't lose very many. This was probably 100 deaths at most. Let's see here. 11 deaths, yeah. So that's a hugely valuable battle for us. A hugely valuable battle, yeah. Except 7 upgrades. Whoops. Oh, you know what's going on? We have so many high-level troops now that our low-level troops weren't even part of this battle. Damn. So that's a bit of a tactical mistake by me, an organizational mistake by me. But the bottom line is we're successful, and now we can go on to the defense of Epicrotia here. So stay tuned. I'll probably break it up now. I'm gonna have to break it up, break these episodes up. I don't want to have a rolling 4-hour episode. So we'll be back. Stay tuned, friends. I'm sure there's going to be more battles to come. We're going to try to make a defense of Epicrotia here. Our campaign is getting harder, not easier. And I will talk to you, friends, next time.